you flunked on the midterm and explain it to you for the final.
That I completely agree. And
Yeah.
I heard you guys kind of sort of touching on sort of the specifics of each agent.
Yeah.
I really think you guys should hear about Google's Agent Space.
Yes.
Are you aware of this new product, Agent
No.
Space? So this is it's a little bit built on top of Notebook LM, and it's kind of a new platform that we're rolling out. People are really excited about it, and everything that you guys have talked about. I think Agent Space is just perfect. I really am excited to get you connected with a demo, because Agent Space, you can connect all your agents to your databases, APIs, any of other critical resources, and you just get to spend a lot more time on. I guess I should put it like a lot less time on the finicky coding.
Yes, that's what that. And also, let me just tell you, my students, just so you can see the broad, I teach them to be Gen AI consultants. And what they do as projects, all the students, is they take a certain sector and they're Gen AI products. And one of the things that they already know, one of the assignments I gave them already is Notebook LM. That was the start of it. And I said, if you're the beginning of it, we have an exam next week, why don't you use it I'm giving you permission to use it for the exam, before the exam to study. And they were just so overwhelmed, and they just said, oh, is this great? But they were seeing problems with it still, the idea of joining and so forth, but the idea to have specialized agents where I want it to be so easy that my pilot could also use it, because they're also doing internships for a number of companies, for the financial community, Morgan Stanley. I have students going to New York, other places in real estate and others. So this is, down the line, I want you to see how broad that is, that they can basically, now what they want to do, companies, I'm going to something, Enterprise Connect. Are you familiar with that conference? You guys are presenting there. And one of the things is, I can see is a lot of the older people know nothing about AI, and what they want from their basically interns is basically to implement AI for them, and use it and be familiar. So I think that's valuable for them as well. But there's so many, you understand, Evan, I have so many different leads, but these are my direction that I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
To have humans work with AI, and then there won't be a complete replacement. I said, you won't have a job if you don't know how to use AI, for
You
sure.
are familiar with Joint in a Notebook LM?
Do you know the Join, Join, that you can join the podcast? It's in beta. Basically, when you're listening, when you're creating a podcast in Notebook LM, based on your sources, when you play it back, you as the creator can join in the conversation. So you press a button, and then it says, oh, we have someone that you want to, Evan, what would you like to say? And then you basically then say, hey, this is what we're doing here at Google, or whatever you have. And
you compliment the AI on topics that the AI did not interpret properly, and you add your 10 cents to it, so
your perspective.
The discussion of the AI becomes more tailored to the case.
It doesn't just sound AI-ish, that it's just AI, but then the human is coming in and basically interpreting, or basically giving another point of view.
And in so doing, you train the AI and you teach it about topic that it didn't have, and then it stores it in the database, and the next person that asks about it, it can regurgitate it to the next person as if it understands.
You're training it as you go.
Yeah, completely understand. And Agent Space fits right into that as well. It also sounds like this Join Notebook Web is also a really cool tool as well. I kind of look into that more.
Yeah.
Further, I'm just thinking about going forward.
Yes.
You guys are both professors.
Yes.
Is correct on that? But I guess in this conversation, you might be more wearing a project manager hat, or is that, is this a project that has a budget, or is it really just conversation surrounding a pilot?
It's not a conversation. I can go ahead and do this. I have funds, in my research funds to go ahead and do it.
Oh, okay, awesome, great.
You understand? But I'm doing it as I'm wearing many different hats, because I'm an advisor to IT at the university. I'm also, just so you know, we have a city here called Coral Gables, which is where the University of Miami is, and it's a smart city. I'm the tech advisor to them, and they also want for the city. They have been rated #1 for medium-sized city for innovations and smart city. It's the city of Coral Gables, and I'm also the tech advisor there. So they come in and I help them on which technologies they should go through. And basically you think about the city, what do I need to do for a permit? It's very tight on permitting. It's very tight on how do I get, I'm a business, what do I need to do in terms of recycling? What do I need in traffic? Management, things like that. Or if I'm a resident, what color house can I paint, or things like that.
Another example is the city of Miami Garden that cannot answer 90% of the 911 calls because they are overwhelmed. And that is where the AI comes in and is not limited by answering the phone, and while the call center is busy with some other calls, in the meantime, the AI can keep the caller on the line until a person can join and provide first help to the caller to a 911 that cannot handle 90% of the calls with the old technology. They need an AI call or answering machine, if you will, that can keep the caller online until the police can get involved in the additional case.
So it sounds like these is two huge problems that are going in with two separate cities and districts.
Yeah, right. Well, and
they're all sub-cities of Miami.
They're suburbs of Miami. And one, just so you get, one has a lot of financial problems, is basically having issues even paying their bills. And the city of Coral Gables, where the university is one of the richest cities in the country, which has basically a separate innovation AI officer. So we wanted to start with the city of Coral Gables that's going to me. I go to CES with them. I'm basically advisor to their teams and basically giving them direction of what they're going to do. And sometimes they even use my students as interns to help them with their projects as well.
We give you two extremes of the same spectrum of city management that needs AI, and specifically caller AI, an AI answering machine, so to speak.
Yeah.
So when you're working with, for example, City of Coral Gables,
Yes.
are you connecting with anybody specific?
Yes.
I see here, is it ANS, Polar?
No, it is Raimundo. He is the innovation officer, the IT innovation officer.
Oh, Raimundo Rodolfo?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. I'd really be interested in connecting with them as well.
Yeah, and we can have a set. As a matter of fact, he's going to be coming into my class in a couple of weeks, and so we're almost on a weekly basis. We chat. Yes, Raimundo Rodolfo.
Yeah, I'll send you a follow-up email after the meeting, and if during your class, does it go by Ray or is it Raimundo?
Raimundo.
If Raimundo is still expressing interest in that,
Yes.
I really would be happy to connect with them.
Yeah.
And get with there and sort of have just a larger conversation, as well as the other, I think.
There's so many different ones, but I'm just telling you why I said that I wear so many different hats,
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I know you're listed here as professor, but I was just like, it sounds like they have a lot going on.
Right. It's not just your traditional professor that you remember in school, right? Yeah, so there's so many different ones, and I reach out to the community and, in both areas, so.
And so going forward, I'll definitely send you a follow-up email, but is there any, specific days coming up in March, April, where you're looking for a follow-up meeting? I'll definitely try to get you, I will get you connected with a demo for Agent Space.
Yes,
I think that'll just be so valuable. It just sounds like exactly what you need.
Okay, if we can get that the earliest, because then I can see what, if this really fits, and then maybe I can follow up with questions to someone that's
we're
technical.
also going to connect, and if you can meet your representative in Connect that can stay with us and give us a specific demo with somebody that knows.
I don't know what they're in Enterprise Connect. We're going to go to that next week in Orlando, and I saw that Google is presenting there. I'm not sure who you're sending and what type of feedback they can give me.
Unfortunately, usually I find that information out at the same time as you guys do in terms of what they're actually going to discuss.
Right, because I didn't see anything. All I just saw was Google. You know what I mean? And it's so broad, Google.
It's even for the employees of Google. It's hard to find their hands from their tails because the company is so diversified.
Right.
And so many silos that one hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing.
That's what I'm here for, is to try to eliminate as much of those silos as possible. But yeah, I
get sometimes.
So it is a huge task for you to figure out what exactly is going on and how to find the right person for the right issue.
Right. That's why I really appreciate it, Evan. So you can see how more it's broad, that it's sort of as a professorship, sort of as the research that I do in AI, also working, in a number, and I do a number of talks and a number of events, and we are registered to go to your developer conference. I guess that's in May as well. In that May.
We have the developer conference in May, and then in April we'll have Google Next.
Yeah.
Which I'd be happy to send you some information over on that as well. I think we have a discounted sign-up page, $50 off. Don't quote me on that, but we do have a discounted sign-up page.
Yeah, well, I've already been. I don't think I can. You can send it to me, but I've already gotten an invitation for the May event. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, of course. Okay. Well, so just to kind of circle back and make sure we got every corner covered. Initially, I'm going to I'll send you that follow-up email, and I'll start working on connecting with your Google account team, specifically agent space experts, customer engineers that will be able to speak on that, and definitely going to work for a quick turnaround on the pilot for the AI agents that you're working to create.
Yes.
Then also, if it's up to you going forward, those larger issues surrounding the entire city of Miami and those sub-districts, I'd be really, really excited to have.
I think we should start with Coral Gables first, since since they have the funds, you know what I mean, and
they're also a smart city, and they have a special crew that is in charge of implementing it. They have the budget and the brain power, most importantly.
You know what I mean? They have the services. The other city, they don't even have the personnel,
They cannot answer 99